This the L2C Media Network. This is the L2C Media Network, live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios in the Park Forest apartment complex here in Jackson. This is Steve Sporty Balls. Tonight, we got a lot of sports because tomorrow we're on a vacation. As soon as that happens, hold on. Somebody's trying to get in contact with me. Okay, want to try that again? This is the L2C Media Network. Live from the Tom O'Neill Memorial Studios inside the Park Forest apartment complex, this is Steve Sporty Balls. Tonight, what do we know? We got an entire sports and entertainment broadcast to give you before we go on our daycation. And we'll be back a little late, but we'll still have a show if you're up at midnight after the Oscars, or as we like to call it, the Schlockskers. Anyway, here he is, your friend and maybe his, Steve, the Baxman Baxley, and I am Harry von Stuttgart, and I'm coming back here Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as well. So you got me here. I've had my vacation now. Here's Blabbermouth. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another charitable edition of Steve's Sporty Balls. Now, if you were with us last night, we got cut by I won't say the powers that be at YouTube, but we got shorted. So, apologies all around. Um, Before we go any further, before we start, it's time for the Baxalog. Oh boy, I tell you, I need that vacation. But apparently there's going to be a little snow, so I got to be very careful when driving. Yep, this is going to be my first uh little drive. Going to have a nice little staycation for a while, or actually for one day, hence daycation. But nonetheless, whenever we return, or whenever I return, uh, on Sunday, hopefully it'll be right after the Oscars, since it's a big event, and you know our rules. Much like we have to do, we have to follow, you know, broadcast protocol, and that is we don't go on the air until the big event has concluded. So the Oscars are going to push us, in the words of Ernie Harwell. No, in the words not of Ernie Harwell, but of Chris Berman. The Oscars are going to push us way back to around maybe 12:30 Eastern. By the way, a little reminder. Please note, this reminder is from the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, Howe, and Fleesom, the law firm of the Oscars, who remind you that at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, that's 2 a.m. Eastern, today or tonight, late Saturday, early Sunday morning, please turn your clocks forward 1 hour. Now, if you have those automatic clocks, you know, the ones that have a mind of their own, they'll already have turned the hour. If you have to do it manually, good luck. I've had to do that manually for years, but now I have a clock that does it instantly, and you can see the clock right here on our makeshift nightstand. So let's make this one for the books, shall we? Okay, let's shoot this. Okay, and we start off with mixed martial arts. A tremendous title showdown topped the marquee inside the Cassia Center in Miami on Saturday. Sean O'Malley and Marion Vieira run it back at UFC 299. Chito Vera looked to go double up on O'Malley, but the stakes are raised. O'Malley makes the first defense of his UFC Bantamweight Championship at UFC 299 in Miami on Saturday. Let's get to the whole card. Well, not exactly the whole card, but you know what I'm getting at. All right. We make it a rundown, don't you see? You get? We do the whole rundown of the entire enchilada. Okay, here we go. We start first with Joanne Wood defeating Dunkashane. No. Hello, Matt, Ed, Nettie. How you doing? Please let everybody you know that the fun is back. Steve Sporty Balls, the only show that dares to be different and proves it, has returned to cause havoc. And trust me, it is havoc. I think, I don't think, nope. Oh, yeah, it's on pay per view. Rat Rucks. We got Rat Rucks here. Okay, let's do that one more time. Joanne Wood defeated Marnia Morez via split decision. The scorecard read, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, ba boom, boom. Trying to look for my kazoo. Ah, there she is. The card was split. The decision is true. The numbers were 28 29, 29 28, and 29 28. Asu Almabayev defeated CJ Faraga via unanimous decision. The judges' votes were 30-27, 30-27, and 30-27. Robelis Despagne defeated Josh Perry Zane via first round knockout. They were punches, you see. In the next match, Michael Pereira defeated Mikhail Olakezijiki via first round submission, a rear naked choke. And that's no joke. Yeah. Philippe Lins defeated Ian Kutaba via unanimous decision. Ha ha ha. The scores went like this: 29-28, 29-28, and 29-28. Oh, don't tell me. I gotta get another little friend. Okay, we'll have to fix the kazoo when we get back from our vacation. Okay, let's keep going, shall we? That just ramped me up. Okay, Kyler Phillips defeated Pedro Munhoz via unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, and 30-27. You got Metinus Garmon defeated Rafael dos Anjos via unanimous decision, of course, 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27. Macy Barber defeated Caitlin Sermonara, also by unanimous decision, 30-27, 30-27, 29-28. Curtis Blades defeated Jay via Jeton Almeida via second round TKO punches. Peter Van defeated Song Yadong Dong via unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. Jack De La Madenia defeated Gilbert Burns via third round knockout punches. Right now, you got Kevin Holland versus Michael Page. Welterweight division will never age. Round one just ended. 10-9 went to Page. We'll see. Hopefully, win this round. This little match ends, and then we got the main event. Do we? Yes, we do. Actually, no. We got Benoit Saint Denis versus Dustin Poirier in the lightweight. And then the big one, Sean O'Malley, the champion, versus Marlon Vera. Bantamweight title is what's in store. Yeah. Okay, that's your UFC 299 card and parts of the results. Yeah, we had the preliminary bouts, 8 o'clock on ESPN Plus. The main card began at 10 p.m. on ESPN Plus pay-per-view. So we can't give you any more results than what we just gave you. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to stand by. Hopefully by the time we go off the air, we'll have some assemblant of order. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. The more you like, the more YouTube says, "Hey, you can be monetized." So, come on, help us out here. We're small, and we want to get. We're building up an audience, but we need to get more people. So, come on, folks. Get Give us some love. Please give us some love. Okay, let's go to more news here. The LA Chargers. Yes, the LA Chargers are open to trading defensive standouts Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, per the report. Two more notable NFL players might soon find themselves on new teams. The Los Angeles Chargers are open for business, for possible offers regarding defensive standouts. You see Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, according to the fun folks at The Athletic. Bosa, he's got 2 years remaining on a 5-year, $135 million contract he signed in 2020. That at the time made him the NFL's highest paid player. Injuries have limited Bosa's availability over the past 2 seasons, you see. He missed 12 games in 2022 and 8 games last season. Bosa was able to collect 6.5 sacks in the 9 games he played in last season. Mack is entering the final year of a 6-year, 141 smackers deal he signed back in September 2018. The former Defensive Player of the Year has continued to play at a high level after being traded from Chicago to Los Angeles. He's an LA boy? Wow. He's an LA guy, yeah. Yeah, he's an LA dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a Pro Bowler during his first 2 seasons with the Chargers and recorded a career-high 17 sacks last season. His 6-sack performance against the Raiders in Week 4 is the second highest single-game total in league history. Clearly, the Chargers' motivation behind trading both players would largely be monetarily related, don't you see? It's safe to assume that the Chargers would receive solid compensation should they trade either player. They likely receive more compensation from Mack given his production last season. But we'll keep yous updated, you see? We'll keep yous updated. Yo! Also in your sports news, once again, the juggernaut for Iowa, the female, the delightful. I'm going into Howard Cosell. Let's do it proper. All right, you people, let's listen up and listen good. The catalyst herself, Iowa star Caitlin Clark, just keeps shattering those NCAA records and etching her name in the college basketball history books during Saturday's game against the poorly coached Michigan, or the great coach Michigan. I thought, no, that's the other guy. The coach of Michigan, Jawan Howard. I hear he may be out before the beginning of next season. Anyway, during Saturday's game against Michigan, Clark hit 1,000 points for the second season in her career, making her the first Division I women's player in college history to accomplish that feat. She ended the day with 992 points in the 23-24 season, but it didn't take her long to reach 1,000 in the second quarter of the Hawkeyes game against the Wolverines. Clark drilled a 3-point shot to make NC2A history. A history that is long and winding. Clark's latest milestone comes exactly 1 day after she broke an NC2A record set by the man-child himself, Steph Curry. In Iowa's 95-62 win over Penn State in the Big Ten tournament on Friday, Clark knocked down a couple of 3-point shots to bring her season's total to 164, which broke the record previously held by Curry
and Liberty's Darius McGee. Just last weekend, Clark surpassed LSU legend Pistol Pete Maravich, an all-time NC2A Division I scoring record of 3,667 points. Clark rolled past Maravich by tallying 35 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds in the Hawkeyes' 93-83 win over Ohio State. In the immediate aftermath of passing Maravich, Clark said she was still trying to process what just happened. Quote, I think just soaking it all in, it probably won't hit me until a little bit later. But I'm just going to enjoy it with my family and my teammates. I'm just really thankful to be in this place. End quote. Clark has already declared for the 2024 WNBA draft. But her work at the college level is far from done. Iowa is still trying to win the Big Ten tournament title, and who knows what kind of finale Clark will have in store for her final NCAA tournament. My work here is done. Baxman, it is back to your normal voice. Wow. That was something, wasn't it, there? Okay, let's keep going. Where are we here? Okay, let's hit the other one. We're going by leaps and bounds. I wonder where it is. I wish I had a flashlight. Wish I found out where everything went. Must have fell out somewhere because I don't see a thing here. And must have fell out. Don't worry, I'll see what I can do to fix the. Yeah. Let's see what I can do here. Anyway, we're really hitting above the belt tonight. Well, the Philadelphia Eagles could see some massive changes to their defense next season. The Eagles have long been built around the strength of their defensive front, but according to NFL media, two stalwarts of that front could be on the move this offseason. The Eagles are reportedly fielding trade calls on edge rusher Josh Sweat, and they have also given edge rusher Hassan Reddick permission to seek a trade. The 26-year-old Sweat was the Eagles' fourth-round pick in 2018. He began his career as a rotational player, but has since blossomed into one of the top edge rushers in the NFL, collecting at least 6 sacks in 4 straight seasons, including 11 in the Eagles' run to the Super Bowl in 2022. The former Pro Bowler signed a 3-year, $42 million contract extension back in 2021 and is headed into the final year of his deal with a base salary of just $1.125 million, according to Spotrac, a trade which will presumably lead to an extension for Sweat with whichever team acquires his services. Probably Detroit. You never know. Reddick, meanwhile, will turn 30 early next season, but is coming off 4 consecutive double-digit sack campaigns, including 16 and 11 in his 2 years with Philadelphia. He made the Pro Bowl in each of those seasons and was named a second-team All-Pro, in 2022. He's also headed into the final year of his 3-year, $45 million contract, but his $14.25 million base salary is much higher than Sweat's. Each player has 3 void years tacked onto the end of their deal to spread out the cap hits over multiple seasons. That's interesting. The Eagles are beginning to transition to a new defense for the second consecutive season after they parted ways with Sean Desai and hired Vic Fangio as their defense coordinator. Fangio arrives from the Miami Dolphins, where he spent one season as the defensive coordinator after consulting for Philly during the 2022 season. His run defenses were strong edge rushers in the past, including Miami last year. So, at least somewhat surprising to see Philly exploring trades for both of its starters on the edge. Interesting. By the way, speaking of interesting, let's get you ready for this little bon mot of joy and happiness. And unfortunately, we can't air that because we can't air that because they're videos and we're not allowed to do that. Wah, I know. Okay, let's keep going. In the National Basketball Association, there's a report out. There we go. There's a report out, kids, that Minnesota Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert could have a hefty fine coming his way from the NFL league office in the last 30 seconds of regulation of the Timberwolves' 113-104 overtime loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers Friday night. You see, Gobert was called for a sixth foul. After trying to plead his case with the officials, he was assessed a technical foul, making the money gesture, suggesting the referees were fixing the game. Now, at the time of Gobert's technical, the Wolves were up 97-96, but ended up losing in overtime with him watching from the bench. Gobert was upset after being called for a foul after trying to secure an offensive rebound against Jared Allen. It was his sixth personal foul, meaning he would have to sit the last 27.8 seconds left in the game anyway. But as Scott Fester was at the scorer table, Gobert was walking around the court making a money gesture. I think it was like this or like that, but I think mainly it was like this, with both hands. So it'll be like that, which caught the attention of another official, Natalie Sago, who immediately teed him up as in technical foul. And the situation unfolded. You can see that via the hi there. Would you kindly please go back to that? Thank you. Let's get back to the report there because it was my fault again because I punched up the wrong button there accidentally. So let's have the story pop up so we can move along to some of the other big stories here. Okay, let's go back here. After the game, Gobert suggested that gambling was an issue in the NBA and implied it influenced referees. Gobert told reporters, quote, "I'll bite the bullet again. I'll be the bad guy. I'll take the fine, but I think it's hurting our game. I know the betting and all that is becoming bigger and bigger, but it shouldn't feel that way." Now, while Gobert also acknowledged that he shouldn't have reacted the way he did after being assessed his sixth foul, he still didn't shy away from still agreeing with the gesture he made that got him the technical. Quote, "My reaction, which I think is truth, is what I truly believe, even if it's the truth. It wasn't the time for me to react that way." And quote, Gobert said afterwards, quote, "I should have not done that. I cost my team the game, and obviously they couldn't wait to give me a tech. That was bad. That was an immature reaction," end quote. Now, this isn't the first time an NBA player has done the money gesture to suggest the refs were on the take. Luka Doncic did it in March 2023 in a loss to the Warriors when he thought the referees purposely didn't call a foul. Most recently, Trae Young did it during the Hawks' loss to the Bulls a month ago. Young was given a $35K, which is 35,000 kids, fine, and I imagine after league officials reviewed a video, a similar fine could be coming Gobert's way. Oh, dear, nasty people, aren't you? Okay, I think we might have done this story. Let me do a check here. Maybe next time when I promote the show, I'll write down where we're doing the stories. And yep, we did that story of the winners and losers in the NHL trade deadline. Let's see here. Have we got a little update on UFC 299? Let's find out if you will, please. We'll find out anything. Yeah, we all just nuts. Okay, let's see if we got an update on the UFC broadcast. Let's see. I've already mentioned. Did I mention that? No, I did not. Kevin Holland defeated Michael Page via unanimous decision, 29-28, 29-28, 29-28. So coming up, it's Benoit Saint-Denis versus Dustin Poitier for lightweight. And Sean O'Malley defends his bantamweight title against Marlon Vera. So stay tuned for that. We've already made that. Well, here we go with more fun little things here. If we can, let's find some more fun little items to bring you here tonight as we continue this fun fiesta. Yes. Okay, and I gotta wonder if I can hit that to cool down, because it's getting a little stify here. But I'll find out. Here we go. Let's see here. Okay, in NFL news, and we'll get to the scores and everything, and I'll talk very slow. Okay, well, the saga of Russell Wilson versus Justin Fields continues, and sometimes a perceived easy decision is harder than expected. That's certainly the case when it comes to comparing quarterbacks Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Which quarterback would you rather have on your team for the upcoming 24 season? Fields would be the initial answer, but after taking a few things into consideration, maybe Russell Wilson is ready to make a little comeback in all this finality. Obviously, what team you cheer for obviously needs to be factored in. Fields makes way more sense for some teams, while Wilson might be the better choice for others. One thing that's obvious is that Bronco fans would choose Fields with Wilson's tenure in Denver over after 2 disappointing seasons. So which quarterback would be the preferred one? Let's go through all this by going through the following categories, comparing the two. Cost. Wilson is a hands-down winner. He could likely be had at a veteran's minimum salary, since the Broncos are paying him $39 million not to play for them in 2024. Wilson is the ideal quarterback for a cash-strapped team. Fields isn't terribly expensive, though he's entering the final year of his rookie contract that includes a cap hit this season of just over $6 million. Now, there is a question of Fields' fifth-year option, which has to be picked up by May 2nd. If Fields' option is picked up, he would make somewhere in the ballpark of $25 million next season, 2025. That's some big bucks, but not for a starting quarterback. Now, if Fields has a monster 2024 season, he will immediately command a salary befitting a franchise quarterback. The floor for that type is $40 million and rising. There's also the question of trade capital. Unlike Wilson, Fields is still under contract. They'll likely require at least one fairly high draft pick to acquire him. Possible a team will have to surrender at least a second-round pick for Fields' service, or multiple mid-round picks, or even, dare we say, a first-rounder. Now, again, for experience, Wilson has that clear edge. His 204 career starts are more than 5 times the amount of games Fields has started in the NFL. Wilson has a 124 wins under his belt, and nearly as many playoff wins, 9, as Fields has in his career regular season wins, 10. Experience buys you a lot of advantages. in the NFL. Wilson has seen pretty much everything a quarterback can see on the football field. He's had experience running several different offenses, which should help him get adjusted to yet another new one in 2024. Wilson also has a keen understanding of the ebbs and flows of an NFL season. Having a veteran who can provide perspective and a level head is never a bad thing to have on your side. The average is Wilson. Now, here's the upside, and this is a no-brainer. Wilson and whoever signs him is expecting him to perform better than he did in Denver. But overall, we know what we're getting from Wilson at this stage of his career. He could still run, but he isn't the threat that he once was with his legs. And as he gets older, he will only get less mobile. The big question is, how well can he move in the pocket? While avoiding pass rushers for now, Wilson appears to still have that part of his game. As far as throwing the ball, Wilson's still accurate. He's still good at taking care of the ball. Surprisingly, there hasn't been a drop in Wilson's deep ball accuracy either. Now, a big concern with Wilson is the amount of times he's been hit. He was sacked a league high 55 times in 2022 and was taken down 45 times in 15 games last season. Wilson is already the fourth most sacked quarterback in NFL history. Those hits will take their toll at some point if they haven't started to already. Now, those hits, I think, personally, have already started to impact Wilson's play. He hasn't had a Wilson-type season since 2020, and it's fair to wonder if he ever will again. Now, ironically, Wilson and Fields tied for the league lead in the amount of time sacked in 2022. Fields has also taken a share of hits, but at 24 years of age, he's got a lot more tread in those tires. Accuracy is a concern for Fields. He's completed a career-high 61.4% of his passes last season. That's still a low percentage by today's standards. Some of that could be the pass rush he had constantly faced in Chicago and the offenses he played in. But it's still a concern nonetheless. Like Wilson, Fields has a strong arm and isn't afraid to use it. Meanwhile, he's also good when it comes to taking care of the ball. Fields' running, however, is vastly different from Wilson at this point in time. Now, in 2022, he had the second greatest rushing season by a quarterback in NFL history. His mobility makes him extremely dangerous. That advantage goes to Fields. Overall ability, Wilson, more accurate quarterback, still capable of winning games as a starting QB, but Fields is more mobile and is capable of making more big plays with his ability to extend. Fields is a more durable player too, largely because of his age and the amount of hits Wilson has already taken. Advantage, Fields. Intangibles. Wilson's leadership was called into question in both Seattle and Denver without being in either locker room. It's still fair to say Wilson isn't for everybody. Some may gravitate toward his style of leadership, while others might be turned off by it. Wilson will probably fit in better in a locker room that already has established personality, and while his experience is indeed an asset, Wilson would probably benefit from picking his spots when it comes to making his voice heard in the locker room setting. There haven't been such questions regarding Fields during his time in Chicago. In fact, he's been a team captain. He appears to be more content letting his actions on the field do the talking. Is winning games an intangible skill? If so, Wilson has an edge. But it depends on the person. Fields proved he's a winner during his time at Ohio State. He led the Buckeyes to a win over Clemson in the college football playoffs, despite suffering a painful injury to his midsection during the game. Nothing endears a player more to his teammates than one that is willing to play injured. The advantage to that is Fields. And the verdict? It's close, but you got to give the nod to Fields. He should be leading the team, but we'll see which quarterback ultimately has a better season coming up. Don't forget, you can trust us to be your source for when the NFL schedule comes out in May. We will provide live coverage, cross your fingers, of all the teams, all the dates, all the weeks and all the networks. Coming up in May on schedule date 24. All right. It's 14 minutes past the hour of midnight. And a little reminder, we will not be on the air. We will be on the air, but it will be kind of late when we get back from our daycation. So it'll be sort of kind of late in the evening when we'll be back. When we are, we'll let you know. Everything is going to be solid. Okay, we are at the 15-minute mark. And here we go. Another NFL reportage. Let's do this and be quick about it because we got some scores to give you. For our second straight year, the Philadelphia Eagles will be saying goodbye to an icon. After parting ways this past season with longtime center Jason Kelsey, defensive end Brandon Graham signed a one-year deal with the team for what he said will be his final NFL season. Graham, who will turn 36 in April, spent his entire career in Philadelphia. The 13th overall pick in the 2010 draft, Graham has played in 206 games for the Eagles, including the postseason. He is fourth all-time in franchise history in career sacks with 73, and has 3.5 sacks from passing Clyde Simmons on the team career sack list. A part-time starter during his first 5 seasons, Graham earned a career-high 10 starts in 2015. He became a full-time starter the following season and played an integral role on the Eagles' championship-winning squad in 2017. He had a sack and a forced fumble during Philadelphia's 41-33 win over the Patriots in Super Bowl 52. Graham told a reporter, "Hello. How are you doing?" Okay. Yeah. Graham told Josina Anderson that the addition of the new defense coordinator, Vic Fangio, gives him confidence that Philadelphia's defense will rebound after what was a tough 2023 season. The Eagles are expected to load up on defensive backs and pass rushers during the April's NFL Draft live from Detroit. All right, we're at 17 minutes past 12. Let's get you into some major golf. And tonight, the good time, folks, if we have, there we go. Thank you. We got the Arnold Palmer Invitational Round 3 Plus. Who is leading in Live Golf? Let's take you... Well, we can't do that. Hang on, folks. We're going to have to find paper, okay? We're going to have to find a reading here. Let's see. Let's go this way. Tiger Woods made the headlines. He was not among those on the commitment list for this week's 2024 Players Championship at TPC Sawgrass, which the PGA Tour released on Friday. The 15-time major champion was last seen withdrawing from the second round of the Genesis Invitational in February due to illness as he battled to make the cut at the event. He hosts annually. Woods confirmed his withdrawal from the Genesis Invitational was not because of a physical injury, but rather catching a bug which went through the locker room that week at the Riviera Country Club. In his only complete competitive round of the year, Woods carded a 1/72 at Riviera. He flashed signs of vintage Tiger with 5 birdies across the par 3s and par 5s, but struggled with that consistency throughout the day, playing the par 4s in a 6-over fashion. Woods ultimately came in over par, thanks in part to a shanked approach shot in the 18th green. Woods ramped up his winter schedule with appearances at the Hero World Challenge and the PNC Championship, giving everyone a new wave of optimism about his health. He cited the possibility of a 2024 calendar that would feature one tournament a month, but this thrown out in Los Angeles as the early exit marked his third withdrawal in his last 6 PGA Tour starts dating back to the 2022 Masters. And And hello, Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. How are you doing, my friend? Now, without the addition of the Players' Championship to his schedule, Woods may arrive next month at Augusta for the 2024 Masters with only one round under his belt. The five-time champion, five-time, will have an opportunity to make more history at the Masters as he searches for a record 24th consecutive made cut in the year's first major championship. In 2023, Woods tied Gary Player and Fred Couples at 23 before being forced to withdraw due to an ankle injury. Okay. Let's get to the Arnold Palmer. Do we have the Arnold Palmer leaderboard? Yes, we do. Let's go to it. And in the Arnold Palmer leaderboard, after round 2, on Friday, yeah. Are you sure this was round 2? Let's see here. Yeah, because round 3 was okay. All right, let's. There we go. Would this be the accurato? Nope, it wouldn't be the accurate. Okay, let's. Yeah. Hang on, folks. I love this. We're live. We're about 12:21. We've been on the air for 46 minutes. So let me just hit over here for the. Okay. Oh, either way, however you're going to do this. Let's see. ARNOL Arnold Palmer Invitational 2024. Let's see who's got the lead right now as we go to live here. In the leadership, or on the leaderboard, tied first place after round 3. It's, let's see. Let's go over this one, please. Thank you very much. We need to get some scores here if we can. If we can't have the leaderboard, guys. Do 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 boop 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 boop. Okay, we have. Okay, here we go. Tied at first place, Scotty Scheffler and Shane Lowry at 9 under. In third, Wyndham Clark at 8. Then we got a 3-way tie for fourth between Will Zalatoris, Hideki Matsumi, and Russell Henley, -7. Harris English is in seventh at -6, and a 3-way tie for eighth place between Rory McIlroy, Sam Burns, and Max Homa at 5 under. That is not bad, you know. Tain't bad. Okay. Let's go now to. So I'll take you to Leave Golf and find out who is winning in the lovely leaderboard right now. In Hong Kong, round 3 is live as we go to it. Now, if you're going to be watching this later on the CW, on, as they say, delay, here is the leaderboard right now in the team standings. Torque GC and Fireballs GC are tied at 27 under with 52 holes to play. Tie for third, Cleeks GC and Ripper GC are at 26 under. And we got a tie for a 3-way tie for fifth place between the Four Aces, the Majestics, and the Crushers for fifth at 24 under. Stinger GC is at 22 under and 8th. Legion 13 at 18 under and 9th. And Ranger Goats GC at 16 under. 11th place tie goes to Ironheads and Smash GC with 15 under. And in the Jerry Mathers as the Beaver spot, it's High Flyers at 9 under. Of course, the event is still going on, round 3. The final round is going on live. That's right, they're going on live right now. And I wish we can see this live. Live Golf Plus. Now, let's see if we can catch a little update here before we go on, as we say in the group, or as we say in the Funskis. Okay, kitties. Okay, let's give you a live update. Let's see. I think we did the update thing here. Yeah. Nope. It's still. Nope. We did. With 12 to play. Let's go to the player side now. And right now, the with 12 holes to play, Abraham Answer. There we go. We got it nice and big here. Nope. There we go. Abraham Answer is at 15 under in total. Eugene in first. Eugenio. Man, they don't give you a chance to read the names, do they? Eugenio. Can I see? Is there a way we can get his full name on this credenza here? Okay, I think we'll just stick with the teams. But if you want to watch, go to livegolfplus.com/event/Hong Kong 24. Of course, you'll probably have to buy quote unquote tickets. But that is your leaderboard right now for the teams. For the players, it's Abraham Answer, Eugenio, Heinrich Stenson in third, about a three-way tie, 4-way tie for third place, and that's about it on that side. Okay, let's. Okay, that's that for that. We got Major League Baseball spring training to do, and other scores to masticate. And I said masticate. So here we go. Let's go to it. Scores from Saturday. And here we go. Scores from Saturday. And because of time, we're going to just do one singlet here. Right now, 2:33 in overtime. The Toronto Raptors lead the Portland Trailblazers. No, Portland Trailblazers lead the Toronto Raptors 117-113. Final scores: Los Angeles Clippers beat the Chicago Bulls 112-102. Dallas Mavericks beat the lowly Detroit Pistons 142-124. I see some changes going to be happening off season with what reportedly is a mass buyout. Some members of the Pistons want to get out of the team quickly. There's going to be a massive fire sale, and I have a feeling some of those that are getting burned will be in the front office. Hornets over the Nets 110-99. Spurs over the Warriors 126-113. Celtics over the Suns 117-107. Nuggets over the Jazz 142-121. Let's get you scores of the men's and ladies of basketball. And here we go. Alabama over Arkansas in overtime, 92-88. Kansas State over Iowa State, 65-58. Creighton over Villanova by 2, 69-67. Final in overtime, South Carolina over Mississippi State, 93-89. Tulsa over South Florida, 76-70. Kentucky over Tennessee, 85-81. Houston over Kansas, 76-46. Marquette over Xavier, 86-80. Texas Tech over Baylor, 78-68. Auburn over Georgia, 92-78. North Carolina over Duke, 84-79. UConn over Providence, 74-60. Utah State over New Mexico, 87-85. BYU over Oklahoma State, 85-71. And Arizona over USC. No, excuse me, USC over Arizona. I'm seeing things. 78-65. Taylor Swift greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. I applaud you. In women's basketball, how many do we have right now to report on? We got a ton of them. Oh boy, everything is DC Daisy Doocy. Okay, take a deep breath and say it. Middle Tennessee over LA Tech, 79-58. Richmond over Duquesne, yeah, 80-66. Duquesne, thank you. Drexel over Elon, not Busk, 56-43. Connecticut over Providence, 86-53. Iowa State over Baylor, 67-62. Notre Dame over Virginia Tech, 82-53. Akron over Central Michigan, 65-57. Eastern Michigan over Bowling Green, 59-54. New Mexico State, I keep calling it North Mexico. It's New Mexico State, 65. FIU, 56. Miami of Ohio beat Ohio, 68-64. Mount St. Mary's, Vesuvius over St. Peter's, 56-46. Northern Illinois over West Michigan, 66-64. Manhattan took Iona, 66-56. Drake took Indiana State, 96-64. Stony Brook over William & Mary, 74-68. Jackson State over Mississippi Valley State, 77-59. Murray State over Bradley, 81-64. Navy over Lafayette, 67-45. North Dakota State over Denver, 72-60. Rhode Island over San Luis, 68-62. Ball State over Buffalo, 71-50. Fairfield over Ryder, 83-54. Niagara over Canisius, 84-50. Toledo over Kent State, 83-61. Quinnipiac over Marist, 51-42. Alcorn State over Arkansas Pine Bluff, 59-52. Columbia over Cornell, 82-46. North Carolina A&T over Hofstra, reached out and touched someone at 57-46. Princeton over Penn, 72-55. Charleston over Delaware, 102-77. Florida A&M over Bethune-Cook, 69-65. Southern Illinois in overtime defeated Illinois of Chicago, 69-65. Missouri State over Valparaiso, 77-66. Weber State over Portland State, 62-53. Nebraska over Maryland, 78-68. Marquette over Villanova, 50-48. Oklahoma over TCU, 69-53. North Carolina State over Florida State, 69-43. In overtime, it was Jacksonville State over Sam Houston, 74-70. Liberty over Western Kentucky, 84-77. Grambling over Alabama State, 52-47. Brown over Yale, 76-57. Monmouth over UNCW, 65-53. Northern Iowa over Evansville, 67-46. Southern University over Alabama A&M, 59-50. Southern Indiana University over the University of Texas Martin, 81-53. In overtime, Cal Baptist over Grand Canyon, 85-81. Southern Utah over University of Texas Rio Grande Valley, 65-52. Abilene Christian over Utah Valley, 81-50. Utah Tech over Stephen F. Austin, 69-61. UC Davis, I see a miracle. They beat LBSU, 70-58. Tarleton State over Seattle, 62-57. Texas Southern over Prairie View, 83-70. Campbell over Hampton, 70-61. Pacific over San Fran, 76-71. South Dakota State over Nebraska of Omaha, 66-53. Sacramento State over Idaho State, 73-55. South Carolina over Tennessee by 1, 74-73. Iowa over Michigan, 95-68. Caitlin Clark, the reason for that. UC Irvine over Cal State Fullerton, 69-53. Cal Poly over UC San Diego, 59-52. Hawaii over Cal Baker, 85-48. Belmont over Illinois State, 72-69. Eastern Kentucky over Lipscomb, 99-68. Wichita State over FAU, 64-50. Presbyterian over High Point, 59-50. Austin Peay over Stetson, 49-45. Jacksonville, a loser to Florida Gold Coast, 76-69. Portland over LMU, 78-51. Texas over Kansas, 76-60. Tulane over SMU, 68-62. Bucknell over American, 77-71. Crichton over Seton Hall, 72-65. LSU over Ole Miss, 75-67. Central Arkansas over Northern Alabama, 69-52. Radford over SC Upstate, 61-45. West Virginia, they got crapped on by Kansas State, 65-62. Georgetown over St. John's, 53-44. UC Riverside over UCSB, 53-46. Northeastern and Townsend, they were canceled. In the Puerto Rican Open, Ben Coles continues to take a lead. He's at 18 under in a three-way tie for second between Jimmy Stanger, Bryce Garnell, and Matthias Schmid, all at 16 under. Eric Barnes is one of the folks that are tied at in fifth place at minus 15. We've already given you the results of the Arnold Palmer. Let's go to baseball, spring training. Don't forget, some of these teams did split squads. Astros over the Nationals, 9-4. Tigers over the Pirates, 8-5. Twins blasted the Yankees, 10-7. Orioles chopped the Braves, 10-3. Blue Jays nickeled and dimed the Phillies, 13-5. Mets over the Cardinals, 9-3. Angels over the Guardians, 5-4. Royals over the Diamondbacks, 6-5. Cubs over the Rockies, 5-0. Dodgers over the Rangers, 7-1. Mariners over the Brewers, 7-5. Giants over the Athletics, 5-1. White Sox, Padres ended in a 1-1 tie. Reds over the Diamondbacks by a score of 7-5. Athletics over the Brewers, 4-2. Red Sox blanked Tampa Bay Rays, 4-0. And in a split squad game, make that official. Yep. In a split squad game, it was the Marlins beating the Nationals 4-1. And in the National Hockey League, we got two games still going on, both in the third period. 1 minute, 7 seconds left in regulation. The Vegas Golden Knights lead the Detroit Red Wings 5-3. And early in the third period, it is the Dallas Stars over the Los Angeles Kings 2-1. Final in a shootout, Sabres over the Oilers 3-2. Predators over the Blue Jackets 2-1. Hurricanes over the Devils 4-2. Bruins over the Penguins 5-1. Panthers over the Flames 5-1. Maple Leafs versus Le Canadiens de Montreal 3-2. Sharks over the Senators 2-1. Lightning blanked the Flyers 7-0. Capitals over the Blackhawks 4-1. Rangers blanked the Blues 4-0. And the Canucks blanked the Jets 5-0. In Premier League action, it was Manchester United over Everton 2-0. Crystal Palace and Luton Town played to a 1-1 tie. Bournemouth and Sheffield United played to a 2-2 tie. Wolverhampton over Fulham 2-1. Arsenal over Brentford 2-1. In Major League Soccer action, Philadelphia Union, Seattle Sounders game were postponed. Los Angeles and Sporting Kansas City ended up in a 0-0 tie. Vancouver over San Jose, 2-0. St. Louis City and Austin also in a 2-2 tie. Colorado Rapids beat Real Salt Lake 2-1. Atlanta United over New England Revolution, 4-1. Minnesota United over Orlando City, 3-2. New York Red Bulls got wings and flew over FC Dallas 2-1. Columbus Crew over Chicago Fire 2-1. Portland Timber over New York City Football Club 2-1. And Toronto over Charlotte 1-0. And that for want of a better word, folks, because we are way out of time. That is your sports, and that is Steve Sporty Balls for tonight. Reminder, we will be on way late because of the Oscars and the post Oscar show. So we will let you know when we're back from our daycation, which starts at 7 in the morning. It was supposed to start at 6:30, but some snow is in the area, and so we are what is that word? For safety reasons, we're going to start out at 7 o'clock. So we shall return tomorrow night. Time to be determined, but we hope you enjoyed the show nonetheless. I am Steve, the Baxman Baxley. Great to be back. Great to be in the chair. Although tonight it's going to be a very awesome sight. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night. Time to be determined. Thank you. This has been a presentation. Well, thanks, everybody. It's been a fun stream. It's going to be even funner tomorrow, Oscar night. We will be on after the Oscars and the post show, post Oscar show. That's it. We're done. We are ghosts. We are spirits in the material world, and we're proud of it. Folks, thank you. Good night. I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network. Producers were some guy named Steve the Baxman Baxley, Jay the Marine Man, and Matthew the Wizard Nichols. Directed by Geraldo Nagita. We have no writers because all of this is strictly ad-lib. We have no editors because we're live. And our executive producers were Steve the Baxman Baxley, Matthew the Wizard Nichols, and Jay the Brain Man. Your announcer was, of course, the one, the only, Harold von Stuttgart. And substitutor is, of course, Franklin Pangborn. We shall be back tomorrow night following the Oscars and the post show. Until then, I am Steve the Baxman Baxley. Good night. God bless. And we finally controlled everything, so we didn't make as many mistakes, nor will we cut off. Good night, everybody. God bless. So long. Good night. Fare thee well. Bye.